Morning. Right, I'm joining in with Rachel at Roxy Creations for her next, I can't remember what volume it is. I'll put it in the title of the video, sorry. Yeah, this is the first one I've joined in with actually, and it's making a huswif or a stitching needle roll or something. Now, funnily enough, I've seen these a while ago and I did start one, which is here. Very bright colours and all the rest of it, and I'd stitched down some trims and stuff, but half of it was machine and quite a bit of it was hand stitching. So I thought, well, I'll start another one, but I still want to do bright colours. I love the vintage look, don't get me wrong, I love it, but I like bright colours as well. So I'm going to do very similar to what I've done here, but in bright colours. So I've chosen this fabric. It's called, I got it in a swap. Hang on a second. Of course, I've lost the branding bit, but Garden Dancers or something. It's dragonflies or damselflies, whatever you want to call them. So I've made it that long. I don't know how long it is. Let me grab a ruler. I've got so much stuff on my desk, I can't move. Let me just move that there. It's about 18 inches, maybe a little bit longer, but by the time you turn seams and that, it won't be. So, yeah, I thought that would look quite nice. It's really bright colours. It's got all the colours I love: orange, lime green, the pale, the duck egg blue. So, yeah, that's going to be my huswif. Let me just make sure I'm in shot, yeah. I tend to go over that way, and I shouldn't. I'll be this way. Okay, so the traditional way to do it is to just have them as a roll, and then you sort of have a tie around them, and the women used to carry them with them. It was their mending thing, but I'm just trying to think it through. I was thinking I'm going to fold mine more than roll it, because what I want to do, I did this lino print a while ago, which I embellished with felt and stitch, as you can see, my very messy stitching. And I just thought this would make a really nice applique bit for essentially the front cover, if you like. So it'd have to go in this end, because that would be, and then it would roll from that way to there. And I thought that would look quite nice with the damselflies. It's just me. Yeah, I think it will, because it picks up the black, it picks up the orange. There's no blue, but it picks up the greens. Well, some of the greens anyway. Yeah, so that's my thoughts on that. I'm going to have that on the front, and then just kind of embellish away really, and do lots of that weaving. Oh, God, I'm so descriptive, aren't I? Oh, what's it called? Kind of like sashiko, not well. Yeah, borrow stitching. That's the word. Good grief. So, so I've got that. That's going to be my front cover. Now, I'm contemplating putting this Tilda fabric as the inside, because it kind of looks really nice with it. But I've also got this lovely grassy green gingham, small gingham check, which for the inside, because to me what you have to remember is that you want to be able to see your needles and everything against it. So a nice dark contrast when you unroll it. I don't know now, I'm questioning myself now. I think that could look quite nice. Yeah, I know a lot of people would be doing sort of patchy stuff and different things and that. I mean, I will be putting some patches and stuff on here, but because I've sort of found some lime green stuff. So I guess what I need to do first is get this situated on the front here. So that'll be the front cover, and then maybe just do sort of squiffy patches, if you like. I pulled out this envelope full of trimmy bits that I've got, because I've got these sort of lace butterflies, keeping it in a gardeny theme, that kind of thing. could look quite nice. And then I've got sort of daisies, and these ones with the coloured centres. See, that blue matches there perfectly. I don't know. I've got these ones as well. See, again, they go really well. So it's going to be quite bright, and then maybe just use the white to calm it down a bit. I think that could work actually. What else I've got in here? Oh, there's all sorts in here. It's a mess. Yeah, so that's kind of what I'm going to do. So I know it's not the vintage route, and I know everybody's doing vintage, so I'm just going to not, basically. See, that'd be quite nice. So I'm just going to play around with some sort of front cover bits, and then we'll go from there. I've got some little butterflies as well. Yeah, I think this is the route. I think we're going to go in the right direction here. So anyway, as I say, I hope you're all having a good day. It's very overcast here today. I'd like to put the light on, so it's very dull. Okay, well, I think that's quite a nice little, and then I've pulled out this little tub thing that I keep some scrappy bits in. I've got a piece of gel printed fabric here that I'm quite keen to put on because it does go. So that could be another, as I say, I envisage sort of patchy bits all over the place. I think that'll be all right. That kind of goes. It's a bit dark, isn't it? What else have I got in here? Some of my dyed fabrics. That might be quite nice actually. This is just a place where I chuck bits when I've cut them off. Ooh, I've got some. I cut up a tablecloth. It was really badly stained, so I had no guilt about cutting it up. And it's got the little embroidered flowers on it. That could be quite nice. I'll leave those there. What else have we got? I've got bits of lace, but I don't really want to put those on. I don't think there's anything else suitable. What are you? You're a baby wipe. You're kind of the right colour blue actually. And that patches of that could look quite nice. I might actually cut shapes on the Sizzix machine. Circles and things, because that can look quite pretty. Not too bad actually. It kind of goes with it, doesn't it? There's another bit there. Right, okay, let's not get too much out because I tend to do that and then the decisions become even harder. I think I'm going to go with the green gingham. I think that'll be a really sharp but good contrast for the inside. So I'll put the Tilda fabric to the side for now. And then also I've got this piece of, I think it's upholstery fabric, but it's really nice. It's got I got it in a scrap pack recently, if you saw that video. It's got a nice woven circle here, and I just thought that would look quite nice, so I'll cut one of those out. I did get out these butterflies, but I think, I don't know whether they're quite right for this or not. They're a bit plasticky looking, but I'll put them over there with the other trimmy bits, and we can always dive in there later. So there we are. What are you planning to do? Are you doing this? I say this is the first one I've joined in on, this new new adventure that she's doing. So yeah, because we've done the pouches with Rachel before. So I thought, well, I don't need. I'm just going to empty that and put all those in there. Yeah, I didn't need another pouch made, basically. I can't remember what the first one was she done. Because clearly my brain said, don't worry about it. So if I didn't. Right, let's put all those in there. I think get this situated first. Oh, actually, no. First of all, let's cut the batting. Right, those can go in there as well, because we're contemplating those. So we get the background fabric, batting. I'm not going to, I think I'm going to do everything that I want to do on the front cover first and then go on to the inside, because I want to put on pockets Pockets. Actually, hang on. I've got another scrap of that fabric and I can't blooming find it. Where are you? Oh, I'll find it in a bit. But that's, see, that's quite nice. So I could do some pockets with that, because that kind of, yeah, that really goes well with that. I can't remember who sent me these. If it was you, just let me know. But I know it was a fabric swap. I'm sure it was. Yeah, organised by Jenny Belly. I'm pretty sure that was it. Anyway, pockets. And then I know I briefly caught the end of Rachel's one the other day, and she was saying about a little drawstring pouch inside, which could be quite handy actually for like stuffing all your threads and that in. But anyway, we'll go from yeah, so I think I'll keep that one out, and that can be pockets and things, unless I can find that other blooming scrap of the outside one. Goes the ruler again, just ignore it. It's attention needing behaviour, obviously. I'll find it, it's not there. I'm just not mither about it right now. Right, let's get this lining done, because I think once I've got all my main pieces decided, I can go on from there. Okay. More or less straight, that'll do. And if I cut it that long and that wide, what I might do is go a little bit wider and bring it over. I think that might look quite nice actually. So need enough to turn. It'll shrink a bit when I'm stitching, so let's just really go over the top on that one. This is a scrap that I don't know where I got it from. I think my granddaughter had it, and it was in the garden, and I bought it. She didn't want it, so I brought it home, washed it, cleaned it all, and I liked it. It's such a nice little ditzy gingham. And it's quite, I think it's quite old because it's really soft. It's lovely. Right, got my Ort pot with all the strings. Great this, isn't it, eh? Watching me faff around with a bit of fabric. Oh, blimey, yeah, that's well over. Okay, I'm a little bit generous there, but that's fine because I'll have plenty to be able to turn a nice hem there. As I say, it does shrink a bit when you're doing the running stitch anyway. That's the word, running stitch. Okay, all right, I think it'll be different. I say, you know, if you're here for vintage, you're not getting it this time, so I know plenty of others are doing vintage, so you're not going to be bereft. Okay, this is a piece that I don't know what I cut out of this, but are you just, oh, see, that's meant to be, oh, you're a bit short that end. Okay, let's grab this other side. I think you're even shorter. Darn. I really want to use this. Ooh, there'll be enough there. Right, will everybody behave, please? Thank you. I'm so glad everybody else talks to their fabrics and their paper as well. It's not just me. I'm not a raving lunatic. That's always nice to know. Right. I just want to get this decided. I'm probably not going to do any stitching today, but because I've got a little project I want to get going, which I'm very excited about. Those are not my best scissors, but My big ones are so clunky, they make so much noise. Sorry if that's really noisy, I'll try and lift the scissors up. Okay, that's good use of what was a scrappy old scrappy bit. Okay, feels nice already, nice and squishy. Right, now then, I've got my little applique pins. Just found a bit of fabric on the floor. What are you? No. Right, let's get this. Just trying to think. Shall I? I could use quilting pins. Actually, I think I will do a quick bit of stitching. I think I'm just going to do that invisible stitching. I have got a piece of white thread here. Perfect. It'll do nicely. And then don't need it double. Okay, it wants to be double. I don't know why. Went for a lovely walk with my daughter this morning. We went to a place called Park Estates. It's a National Trust property, and we saw someone ages ago. Where were we? I can't remember where we were. Anyway, and she said about on this Park Estate they've got a fenced off area where your dog can run free, because my daughter's dog Hades, he's got such a high prey drive, it's unbelievable, and he'll be off, you know, so he has to stay on the lead. And she said, oh, I want to go there this morning because we've been to the forest every day. So yeah, fine. So off we went to this place, and I said to her, should we see if we can find that field that woman was on about? She went, oh, I think she's got it all confused. And anyway, we found it, and the reason we didn't recognise it when this lady was talking about it, where were we? I'm trying to remember where we saw her. Anyway, and yeah, I say we found it, and my daughter said, you know, the reason I was confused, she said this used to be a separated off piece of nature reserve. So she said they've obviously redesignated it as a secure dog walking field. So so we let him off. Oh my lordy, he had a whale of a time. He was digging out the molehills and everything. So yeah, that was great. And I said to her, wow, I said, this is really worth knowing. She said, Mum, it definitely used to be a bit of a nature reserve. I said, yeah, I think you're right. I think you are right. But yeah, so he had a whale of a time. But yes, he's just a nightmare. And he's a big husky Doberman cross. So the trouble is, he could easily take down a deer. I mean, he's a big old boy. So yeah, we have to, sadly, he has to stay on the lead because he just doesn't listen. He just gets his husky head on and then that's it. He's gone. So, but before we got down to that field, we had to laugh. Honestly, we were just walking along. It's an old, it's the old line of a disused railway. So it's dead straight and really long, basically, and flat. So, so you can see for, I don't know, it must be a good mile straight ahead of you sort of thing. Anyway, he went off to the side, I say luckily on the lead, and there was a piece of dug ground, and another dog had dug it and blah blah blah. So my daughter said, oh, he's found another molehill. Blow me, not only did he find a molehill, he then had a mole in his mouth. So we think the dog before had dug the molehill out. The mole had come out to see what the heck was going on, and he didn't have to dig very hard and got this mole in his mouth. I was like, she was like, no, drop it. I was like, leave it, leave it. Luckily, he did drop it. So I went over very cautiously, put my coat on my hands, because I know they can really bite. Put my coat on my hands and picked him up and put him up in the hedgerow more so that, you know, he could bimble off. He was still alive, poor little thing. And yeah, I'll say luckily he dropped it, but God, he's a nightmare. He really is. But I'm really relieved that we found this area that he can go off, because he does pull and I've got to look after him. for a weekend, and yeah, and that means walking him. And how I found that field, believe me, I should be going there. Yes. Although, having said that, I did say to her, you know, he does know. You know, it's almost like he realises that I just cannot, because he'll be walking fine, walking along, absolutely no trouble at all, and then all of a sudden it's like yank, you know, and I think, oh, I think my shoulder would go out. I said to you, you've got to remember I'm getting old, babe. So yeah, but he's really, I've always found him really good with me when she's not there in particular. I just sort of, you know, constantly saying to him, steady, steady, you know, and he's pretty good. He does kind of not try to yank me off my feet, if you like. So it's all good. So yeah, that was fun and games this morning with the mole. Lord, blinking dog's a nightmare. But because I said to her, you know, I see, you know, like on YouTube and TikTok and that, you know, huskies can be well trained, and she said, oh, he's well trained, and he is, but you know, because he'll do all the sort of heel and all the rest of it, but he gets a whiff up his nose and he's gone. He's just so prey driven, it's unbelievable. I said to her, well, he's a good Armageddon dog. She said, what do you mean? I said, well, you know, he's a hunter. I said, you know, when the world collapses, send him out into the woods, he'll come back with a deer and you won't starve. So yeah, funny times. It's the way my brain works, I'm afraid. It's weird. Anyway, this is exciting, isn't it? Are you entertained watching me stitch this on? I won't do it all. You'll be asleep. A very boring long work week. We've had Ofsted in, and yeah, it's interesting times when they're in. If you're not in the UK, Ofsted is kind of like an independent body that come in and assess places for the, you know, if their working practice is right and all the rest of it. So yeah, funny times. I can't go into detail because of what I do, but yeah, it was an interesting week, shall we say. I was very good. I actually stayed a whole day. I'm a bit allergic to staying all day. But I said to my colleagues, actually, because they were giving me some stick, because they do that, you know, it's like, oh, you stayed the whole day, me. So I said, well, actually, strangely enough, the reason I don't stay all day is because the traffic. Where we are is right in the middle of Exeter, so you can imagine it's just bedlam at home time. And I said to him, I said, well, actually, I left at about 5 to 4, and sailed through, absolutely sailed through, no problem at all. And I said to him, the nice thing was I didn't have to get home and re-log on to my laptop. That was it. That was my day done, you know. So because I had been there since 7:30, so yeah. So I think I just need to get over it. I mean, it's stupid. It really is, my reluctance to want to be there all day, because I used to work there full time, 5 days a week before COVID, you know, and we were in the office, and you know, I used to cycle through from the industrial estate across the canal. So I mean, it's not like it was, you know, it's not like I've never done it. It was not like it was a hybrid job in the first place, because it wasn't. You know, we were office based, and it was simple as that. But yeah. Yes, so I shall do that from now on, because it was nice to come home and know that I didn't have to carry on working. So, oh no. Right, I'm going to finish this bit of thread, and we'll sort out that daisy stitching. I'm trying to get into the white bits around the dragonfly or damselflies. I think they're damsels, aren't they? I don't think they're dragonflies. I do like a dragonfly. Yeah, I've got some arty stuff planned at the moment because I've got next week off, so I'm going to be bombarding you with videos. Well, if you're new to my channel, thank you so much. I've had quite a few new subscribers recently. I think it's Tori at Cool Kooky Creatures put a shout out on her channel because she's got thousands of followers. Because we did the she bought one of my mushroom kits, so yeah, so there we are. So I'm starting there. I'll finish that off camera because that must be like literally watching paint dry. Right, so that's the lining. Don't need that yet. So let's get this positioned. I'm just wondering about keeping that on there because it's quite an open weave fabric. It's not going to bulk it out too much, so I might do. Because I don't want it, you know, well, I suppose I could fray it up to the edges, actually, thinking about it. And that would be quite a nice sort of patchy, worky look, wouldn't it? Okay, well done. You convinced yourself there, Susan. Well done. So if I cut about there, and I can stitch into some of that black as well. And lighten that up a little bit as well. And then think about what to put on the inside. Any suggestions? I know I ain't going to need like... am I going to need a pin cushion? Oh, heck, what have I cut there? Oh, they were just straggly bits. Am I going to need a pin cushion? Or like a needle book? I don't know. Give me your thoughts. Pin cushion? Or just a sort of a felt needly book type thing in there? I need to get back on Pinterest because that's where I saw the one that inspired me to do that first one. I saw them on there and I thought, oh, I really like that idea. But yeah, I'll have a nosy and see what others have put into them or what was in the original. And the other thing I want to do is that I don't know what I've done with the paperwork now. It's the Chinese folded one. The thread, what did they call it? Thread keeper book type thing. It's made out of paper. But what I'm going to do is try fusing fabric to Chinese rice paper and see if I can get it to fold and hold its folds, because that's the trick. You've got to get it to hold its folds. I guess if you iron it, it should be right. That's kind of what I'm going to play with anyway, so that'll be an upcoming video. Yes. That'll be the last of my leave used up for this, because it all starts again in March, end of March. So we had to use it by then, otherwise it was like, you know, use it or lose it type job. I darned if I was going to lose it. Oh yeah, that's nice. Yeah, so what I'll do is I'll stitch into, bring it to there and maybe across a bit. Did I leave that long enough that I can wrap it at the ends? I don't think I did. Oh yeah, yeah, okay, because I'd like to be able to turn the ends over onto there as well. Righto, might come over a tad then. That's good there. There's me little pins. I found my Laura Bateman wooden pin cushion. It got kind of buried at the back of a drawer. So I took off the original cover that I had on it because it was very faded and it really wasn't that good because that was in my very early days. And I'd done this little EPP, and I'd focused on the bees, so and I didn't know what to do with it, I'll be honest with you. I mean, it hasn't wrapped around it terribly well, but it's okay, it does a job. So I thought I would keep my little applique pins in there because then they get lost in my big needle in my big pin cushion. So right, I'll stitch that around, I think, with the same stitch, you know, where you do a tiny one on the front and a big one on the back, and that'll hold that on there. So we've made a start. It's yeah, give me some ideas what you would put in yours. I think I do like that pouch idea. I don't know how she's going to attach it, so what you could do is actually stitch a pouch. Let's use that for a laugh. So you could, I guess you could stitch it on and have the drawstring at the top, because I think it'd be handy to have it attached. Or would you want to be able to remove it? I don't know. Yeah. Right, give me your ideas. Anyway, I've made a start. There we are. I'll keep you posted with the progress. So we've got our little tub of stuff here, which would be good fun. I think that'll go really well actually on the inside, and it'll, you know, add a bit of brightness to that. But yeah, cool. I'm gonna cut one of those. Right, that's it. I'm gonna stop boring you to tears. I will see you on the next one. I don't know when it'll be, but we've got a month. I'm not gonna rush it. All right, I'll see you later. Bye.